There's no dogs out here. Come here.
I didn't record any of getting this one in place because it was an absolute pain, but finally got it. Had to cut it a few separate times. Had to move some of these little panels, if you can see that in here. Yeah, these guys were in the way, as well as a couple other little metal things that had already been broken off in there, and they were just kind of sticking in the way. Thankfully, this was able to pull out, because before that, with those little pieces connected and kind of stuck around there, there was no way for me to bend that back. So I was worried that I was gonna have to cut it so short that I would have to be able to fit it through here, but also get stopped at the tires, so I didn't have much leverage to go in then up. But we made it work. Now I'm gonna cover up all this with the rocks. Head on to the next one. Let's see if this one has any of those. Yeah, look at these. See? So that thing right there is already broken off. And I'm sure the other part, yeah, it's just laying right there. So I can bend that out of the way and it shouldn't be a problem. And with a little bit more space here, then with the tire literally right there, hopefully that one should go in way easier. Let's get it. Don't do that, please. I've got a very sharp knife in my hand. Straight enough.
Huh?
Hopefully this goes smoothly. As anticipated, I gotta trim a little more off.
Do you need this?
Beautiful. Tape the seam here. Fill in this spot back here. Throw some dirt on it. She's taking a nap. I think I'm gonna save a board on this back corner here. It's almost exactly the same width as this guy, 2 tall pieces side by side. So I might cut it about there, cut another one about there, and just tape them side by side. And that should fill in this, so I don't have to waste another board. And then I'll work my way back here, and I can butt it up against that corner along this back side. So let's go ahead and cut this guy into about proper size. I say about because everything I have done already I have to cut twice.
Okay, there's black stuff on it.
About 30-ish.
It's about to rain.
I'm gonna get some tape it up along the backside, and then probably go ahead and tape these seams. I'm a little rusty on the camera. Totally thought I was recording, but dug a little ditch on this side. Only about maybe 3 inches, 4 inches in some spots. I'm gonna try to get it to set, honestly, right up on this, but you see it kind of sticks out further here, so we're gonna go on those 2 sides, try to apply pressure back on that, and get it to sit kind of flush, and then hopefully match this corner here as best as I can, and be able to tape this corner back. And I actually added a cinder block here. I don't know if I showed that, because these weren't as long as I was hoping, because they had to be cut shorter in order to fit, with this not being able to come out. Remember how earlier I was able to pull this and kind of get that leverage by pulling that out to slide underneath? I couldn't do that here. So I got it taped up at the top, kind of rinky-dinky, but I stole a cinder block and from somewhere over there, random cinder blocks, and now it's posted up. Let's go ahead and measure what our height should be and cut. Absolutely beautiful. Now we're gonna run this side. We noticed that the whole thing, how's it looking? Was a little slanted and sloping to one side. So now we got the jack out. Ooh.
Do we got enough to get this under there?
No.
How far off?
Maybe like 2 more pumps. I could get rid of this,
Brandon, over here.
I could do 2 more, pull out a little piece of wood in there and fit that. But now we're leveling it back out. Yeah, this should be close. Might need to do a little bit more. Yeah, tight. Still needs a little bit more.
Yeah, you stay on that.
I know, that's why I'm a little nervous. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Here soon she'll be level. All right. Yeah. We could have evened it out a little bit more before you did that, but
That thing's already soaked in.
yeah. All right.
All right, guys, we're back out here for another one.
Come on.
Good morning. It was cold this morning, guys. Starting to warm up nicely now. Levi's moving along with it. He's got most of the long pieces. We still got to cut out around the slide out. I'm about to start putting those jacks up, those slide jacks. He's starting to measure this right here. I think what he's going to do is try to go right up underneath that tongue, probably.
Yeah.
All right, we can get y'all set up on time lapse. And we're going to finish out this foam board. All right, guys, Levi's about as far as he can with the foam. Now it's time to install these slide jacks. Jack it up. Hey, baby. Where's that drill?
Level that thing out a little bit, or
Huh?
want to level that thing out a little bit, or? I mean, honestly, it's just gonna be pressures. I mean, it's not as necessary.
Is that going to be in the way of your...
No, I can maneuver around whatever. Spot right there, don't. Oh snap! Are you just bending that thing?
Huh?
Is it lifting up? Good.
It's not about lifting it, it's just about stabilizing.
I just wasn't seeing any movement. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to change the pitch.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And down.
I just wasn't sure if that was just metal bending or.
No, it's got a metal bar.
Yeah,
right
I see.
here, so I just kind of snuck behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
That works pretty good. Let's go to the other side.
There she goes. Yeah. Beautiful.
So we got the jacks on there. Now we're gonna start. Where are you starting? You cutting in or are you starting on the slide? Alright, he's wanting to do the stars.
I want to test fit a piece.
Test fit. I work tight, you work fine.
Yep. That's pretty good. Cool.
We're gonna be pushing it on the phone.
Next up, fill in this little spot here, and then we're gonna build a little slide using these little stakes. Stake them out like a little trail or a track, I guess, and then have a sliding guy. But first off, we need to get this one fixed. It's like a tuning fork. Look at that. I just heard it. It's pretty neat. Now we're gonna build a little slide that's gonna allow access to the black and gray tanks with this hose here. So I'm gonna cut a little panel, cut a little groove out so that way it'll kind of wrap around the pipe here, and then use these stakes to build a rail system. I'm gonna try to tuck the top behind this and allow the slide to just go right behind here, and this should kind of just sit maybe in that corner. I might cut a little hole out here or something to give that some room. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna cut a little notch here and let that slip in there. There we go. Beautiful. I already have this scrap piece here, and it's right about the right size. I will maybe an extra inch or two, but it should still fit pretty good. And yeah, hopefully this piece here fits nicely. Again, 1 or 2 inches taller, it might fit a little bit better, but I'm not going to dig out much of a trench for this since it's not like staying in place. I'm just going to hold on to these guys. So I don't know, we'll see. Here, actually, this will also help keep this panel down here from blowing forward. Kind of a win-win, multi-use. All right, let's see if this joker will slide in there. Okay. Now we need to cut out that. Beautiful, would you look at that? Awesome. Now let's do some fine tuning. Let's twist these guys forward. Apply some more back pressure. Yep. Tap that guy a little bit more. Add a little finger hole. Oh, do we need it? I guess you can grab. No, you can grab down here. That's plenty of space. Camera just died, but got all this taped up here. That solid, good. That's good. And now I'm gonna get this side here, but I'm gonna need a little bit of a bigger piece for the wheel well area. I found this scrap piece, which will actually fit perfectly. It's gonna have about an inch or 2 overlay behind that. I can throw some tape up behind it as well. And then I'll find another piece to fill in here by the tires. That's a good looking piece right there. Let's see if that fits the measurements. We have the handy helper here doing some tape.
I'm a laborer.
Wow, look at those seams. Flawless.
You did a really good job on this.
Thank you.
It looks really good. You can go on with the gray to match.
Mm-hmm. You know, it looks like it's like one of those skirts that's made for it.
Yeah.
Not a jerry rig job.
Yeah. Not terribly too expensive. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't terribly too expensive. But this is something that will last the whole time until she's ready to move out and it's ready to start traveling.
And second benefit we talked about, help the tires too, rather than them sitting in the sun the whole time.
Yeah, by
Help
covering up
preserve
that,
that.
not having the sun beat on those tires,
Yeah.
Because the tires are actually pretty new.
And just sitting here, it ain't doing them no good.
Nah.
So.
Yeah, I like it. I like the way that you shitted it too, so it kind of takes the water away from the.
Mm-hmm. Good. Success. We're just gonna cut this one, shim the little corner with like a 2 or 3 inch trim piece, which we have plenty of laying around, and then try to save the bigger panels to be used for another project if we need them. But luckily most of these are broken. So there's supposed to be a little metal guy connecting, and all of these are. I'm sure you can see a little hole there, but again, this is mainly to block the wind, which with this being here, that's doing a lot of it already. So just any of that gust from flat, we're totally good. But that's what I was talking about, that couple inch gap, fill that in, then I'm gonna tape that seam here, and then again, I still kind of want to put a block behind this just to add some support, but I don't really think I need it because I have this here stopping it on this side and that board on that side, so I think I'll be fine. And I'll just pile up a good amount of rock here at the front, and then that front pressure pushing down will hold it onto this guy. I don't know. I'm spitting nonsense, but it makes sense in my head, so hopefully it makes sense in yours. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. We just finished up. Go ahead and take you for a little lap around the whole thing. Check it out. Got the most sealed part on the whole thing. He decided to use about a quarter of a roll of tape on that front. It's alright. I know one thing, no air's getting through, that's for sure. Looking good. Slope, rain comes off. All this back here, sealed in every part. Don't forget about our little access point. Pull it back shut. Lock it up. Sealed all through here. And look, that part's not sealed, but you know why? Because it's a door. Look at that. Now we can access that in there too. Sealed up through here. And back to the front. And there she is, all insulated.
All right, guys, well, we're gonna go ahead and clean up all this foam board and all the little scrap pieces around here, and then we're gonna call it a day. This is probably a pretty long video at this point. Big shout out to this guy right here. He single-handedly fixed, I'd say 80% of the stuff that's broke inside there, pulling the refrigerator out, all of the hinges, all of the hydraulic stuff, plus he was 90% of the foam board right here, trying to save his dad's back, so I greatly appreciate it. We ended up hooking up another 30 amp plug right here for power. Got some water hooked up. That's not the water hose that's going to stay. Actually, later on today, I got a thermostated heated hose coming.
Keep it from freezing.
Keep it from freezing. And also, I just ordered a horse head cover that's also thermostat to be able to make it to where she doesn't have to worry about freezing water at all, including pops as well. So I think that's a wrap right here. Once we get it cleaned up pretty good, I think she's ready for the winter. All right, guys, until we see each other again, come on, let's go on another adventure.